Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is the first time you're here. I'm Dawn and I love couture, and I bet you love couture too if you're watching a video like this. So today I wanted to show these two very wildly popular card holders, one from Saint Laurent and one from Chanel. These probably are two of the most popular card holders that are out right now, and you know, at least I know that Chanel is, and I know that many people just absolutely love this item from Saint Laurent, which is very similar, which is why I wanted to do this video. So let me first start off. They both come in a dust bag. This is just a very nice heavyweight cloth dust bag with a little drawstring, and it feels like a heavy cotton. And the Chanel dust bag is very velvety feeling. It's very heavyweight. You can see the inside is smooth. It's a smooth fabric, and it's really close to the size of the item that's inside. It fits it really snugly, where there's a little bit more room in the Saint Laurent dust bag. Not that it matters, but I just kind of wanted to point that out. So I'm going to remove both of these from the dust bag right now. I believe that this is probably one of the little dummy cards that they throw into the card holder when they send it. And you see I still have the authenticity cards and the care booklet and whatnot. It's still in the dust bag. I've never really opened it. So this is the flap style card holder from Saint Laurent, but this is actually, I think that they call this the envelope flap because it's the fragment card holder. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 card slots in the back, and it has a zipper part for change. And they do make the fragment card holder is basically the same thing, only the front of this has the extra little envelope. And I wanted this because I wanted to be able to have something that was slim, that I'd be able to fit some bills in and some coins. But this is a little bit thicker than what I expected it to be, because if you look here on the outside corner, you can see that this sticks out a little bit. Not that it's so huge, but it sticks out more than what I expected it to. So when you have cards in here, it gets a little bit bulkier. And it's really very difficult to get bills in and out of this pocket, although it is starting to soften up a bit more than what it was. You could put cards in here, or you could put bills, but I especially wanted it to keep some bills if I needed it. I guess I bought this in February of 2021, so I've had it for a while now, and I've used it quite a bit. And of course, from being used, yeah, you're going to see the little mark here where the cards fit. That's really unavoidable. I mean, if you use an item, it's eventually going to show that it was used. Not overused, not abused, but used. So you see that it has the YSL logo in the front. This coin compartment is really tight. If you have cards in here, and if you have anything in the front envelope, it's very hard to get in and out of, especially when it's new, because it is rather on the stiff side. So you can see I have a couple of pennies that have been in here since who knows when. But there's nothing else because I'm not using this wallet right now. And I wanted to show that this is a very heavily grained leather. It's very similar to the Chanel caviar leather, which I'm going to show in a minute. This is all sewn. There's no glazing. It's really held together very well. This is all leather. And the inside feels like a PVC on the side that's closest to where the snap is. And the other side is, that feels like PVC too, to be honest. And the coin compartment is a fabric. And these card slots feel like, well, at least the first one feels like it's all leather, and then this is just leather trim at the top here. This is a really pretty card holder / small wallet. and it's small enough that you could fit it in most bags, most small bags. But again, because it doesn't lay completely flat, it's going to be hard to get it into something else if it's not at least a little bit wider than, you know, a flat case or something that is really kind of packed tightly. So now I'm going to show, this is the Chanel, this is the Chanel Classic Flap card holder wallet. And it has the silver hardware, and I put the felt back when I'm not using it so that it'll not leave much of an imprint where the snap is. And you can see it has a snap closure, it has a front pocket, it's grosgrain lining inside, made in France. Oh, a little dust speck, what could you do? Again, this is also sewn. It's gusseted on the side. There's a little smile pocket, Mona Lisa smile pocket in the back. And you can put a card here, which I don't always put a card there, but I have put cards there, sometimes my driver's license. And you can get a pretty good amount of cards in here. I'd say you could probably get more cards in this card holder than you could in the YSL. And you can see that the YSL is a little bit longer. They're both about the same height, but it is a little bit longer. And if you turn it to the side, it still looks to me like the top of the YSL is a little bit wider, which you would never think with a really slim card case like this. But one of the things that I also wanted to point out is the differences in the leather, because when I buy something that's leather, I really want to know about the leather itself, and I want to get an idea of what it feels like. I want to get an idea of how durable it's going to be, how it's going to feel in my hand, etc., etc. And it helps to know that beforehand so that you can kind of narrow down what you want to look at when you go to a boutique or if you're buying it online. So you can see, I'm going to pull this up really, really, really close. This is a very finely grained leather. They call this the Grande Poudre leather, which is basically YSL's caviar leather. Now this Chanel is caviar leather, and you can see that this is also very heavily grained, and I want to say that this is a little bit smoother. This has a slightly smoother hand feel than the YSL. The YSL doesn't feel quite as soft. It feels just a bit stiffer, and the graining on the leather is a little bit more pebbly. The Chanel is much softer because of the quilting, and again, inside and out, it feels to me like a much softer grain. And I was encouraged by my essay to get the caviar leather because it would be much more durable, and it's something to consider when you're taking something in and out of your bag and you're going to handle an SLG a lot. You want something that's going to hold up for a while, because let's face it, we handle these more than we do our actual bags. You can see I still have the protective sticker here. But yeah, I mean, they're very similar in the way that they're constructed. They're very similar in terms of the type of leather, in terms of the size. But here's one thing that they're not similar in, and that's the price. I'm pretty sure that this Classic Flap now was something like, I don't remember exactly what I paid for it, but I want to say I bought it this past June, and it was before their last price increase. So maybe it was $625, somewhere around there, $580. I really don't know for sure, but I know it was somewhere in the $600 range. This beauty I bought on Farfetch. I believe that the price was $350 or $375. I had a 10% coupon from Farfetch. I had cash back from my credit card company, and I think I wound up paying somewhere in the neighborhood of $275 for this one, all is said and done. So you're talking, this is almost half price of what the Chanel costs, and you're getting something that's really very comparable. What actually is more comparable, to the Chanel would be the YSL envelope card holder, which looks very much like this on the front, but instead of having the card slots in the back, it's just one big piece, and all of your cards fit inside because it opens up much wider. It's made essentially exactly like the Chanel. So yeah, I mean, I honestly have to say, I mean, I wanted something that was Chanel, and I wanted something that was classic. And this is really beautiful. I'm very happy to have it. I'm grateful that I have one, because I have very little Chanel in my collection. But if you want to get something and you want to have something that's, in my opinion, just as nice and really just as luxurious, I would go with the YSL. I mean, it's half price. Who can't resist a bargain? Do I think the one is better than the other? No. These two are slightly different styles. You know, again, I will say that the Chanel does have a slightly more luxurious feel because it's much, much softer. But being softer doesn't necessarily mean that it's better. I think that in the long run, the YSL is a more durable leather, in my opinion. Only time will tell, but I believe that both of these will wear extremely, extremely well. And because of the grain, they're not likely to change that much over time. Some leathers really do change over time, which is a wonderful thing, but I think that these are made from this leather, and they were used, that this type of leather was used so that it would maintain its sheen, it would maintain its grain, and, you know, basically look not changed in the future. Now, that doesn't mean that it's not going to have rips, pop stitches, or wear anywhere, because, you know, that's going to happen if you have this for 20 or 30 years. Eventually, things are going to start to not look new, and no matter how well you take care of it, you know, it's going to be used. It's like a car. When you drive it off the lot, it's not new anymore, and it's going to take on a different character, and that's something that I look forward to seeing with these pieces. I know that they will be in excellent condition, but I'm really looking forward to using these and seeing what kind of personality they have in the future. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it informative, helpful, entertaining, please give me a thumbs up. And I would really love it if you would subscribe and join my small little family right now. I really enjoy making these videos and sharing my opinions and some information with you guys. So if you're up for that, I am too. So hit the like button, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.